I guess a good illustration is that Cyclone Althea, which hit Townsville in 1971, Christmas Eve, I think. Christmas Eve, yeah. In 1971, came in at low tide, and it produced a storm surge of about 3 metres, and did an enormous amount of damage, even though it came in at low tide because of the wave damage. You know, it just devastated the area, because Townsville gets bigger waves than other areas inside the Barrier Reef. It has more open water.
So it really depends whether it's high tide or low tide.
Yeah, if that came at high tide, there would have been an enormous loss of life in Townsville. There was minimal loss of life. But at that, considering the amount of damage it did at low tide, if that came in at high tide, it would have just been unthinkable what would have happened to Townsville. And Townsville's been hit by a lot of cyclones, and there has been a lot of loss of life when it was a much smaller city. But something like that coming in at high tide today, or something like Yarsi, would be devastating for an area like Townsville. And I think people should be prepared what will happen when we get a Larry or a Yarsi or an Althea or whatever come in at high tide, when the water's higher than... and of course, this has an effect, I suppose, any rise in sea level just adds to that again.